Hello beautiful people, this is Joshua again from Bunnies. And in this video, I'm going to talk about our very own method called Quid Pro Quo. Alright, the Quid Pro Quo literally means something for something. So let's say if I give something and you give something back. Why did I choose this name for our fluency course? Because let's say if I give an input to my students and they take that input and they swallow it and they will give me output in return. So quid pro quo, something for something. Of course, the input needs to be comprehensible. That's the key here. If the input isn't comprehensible, if isn't easily understood, then it'll be impossible to give something back in return. So it's crucial that teachers, the givers of the information, we have to make that input comprehensible. So in Bunnies, we have these 6 steps that we use. I invented this method. I've compiled different methods from here and there. Of course, comprehensible input is, of course, this theory is not invented by me, it's by Krashen. And there are other giants that they invented this comprehensive theory further. And I have massively adopted that. And I also adopted Paul Noble's method. I don't think many of you will know him. He's quite large in Britain for his unique teaching method, for not using any textbooks at all. What he does is he throws certain sentences. He lets listeners to come up with similar patterned sentences. I apply this method to my students and it works almost every time. But I have developed that method a little further by adding a few other steps. In this video, I try to explain those 6 crucial steps that we Bunnies use every day. And is I'm proud to say is I'm seeing very positive results. Most of our students are being fluent in less than 2 weeks. Really, the results are visible, results are quick, and they also feel confident that they are now able to make their own sentences following the similar structure. So let's go through it. Alright, so the very first step, the first step of Quid Pro Quo is what I call baby talk. I call it baby talk because, well, how do babies learn to talk? Because if you think about it, they listen. They don't know how to read, of course. They don't know how to recognize letters. What they do is they listen and they copycat. They copy what we say. And somehow their brain figures out the meaning along the way and they're able to understand. And that's how babies learn to communicate. And we are trying to mimic that process. And what I do in this stage is, for example, I will first use Korean sentences to explain. For instance, I will say, 나는 무엇을 해야만 해? 는 영어로 I have to. 영어로 공부하다는 study. 그래서 나는 공부를 해야만 해는 I have to study. 그리고 영어로 잠자다는 sleep. 그래서 나는 잠자야 해는 I have to sleep. 다시 나는 뭐뭘 해야만 해는 I have to. 그래서 I have to sleep은 나는 잠자야 해. 영어로 work, 일하다는 work. 그래서 나는 일해야만 해는 I have to work. So right now I just showed you one of the examples that I use for baby talk steps. This is how we first practice the baby talk step. And we do this with different expressions, starting with frequently used expressions. And if, of course, the participants or the students are younger age, depending on the student age, I would adjust the key expressions. I would first usually start with sentences with be verbs, like I'm happy, you are happy, we are happy. Starting with very simple structures, and I will expand. So that's basically the baby talk stage. And the second stage is what we call now you see stage. So in the baby talk stage, we've basically listened and understood and copied, and we produced our own sentences, right? And now we show them in sentences in a written form. So now they're able to see it and also hear it, and they can speak it. And this time we also practice writing. So now you see stage is very crucial. This is the time of big reveal. So this is how the sentence actually looked like. This is how you write it. For example, so now I will teach. I will teach our students. I have to study. This is how you write, and this is how you structure the sentences. Very important. Two Bunnies, we don't just teach sentences and writing. We don't just practice writing, but we practice using our own shapes, representing each parts of the sentences. It's very unique to us. And for example, subjects, we use our very own subject shape. And for adjectives, we have our adjective shape. In fact, I will show you. So we use our very own shape ruler so that students can use each shapes representing different parts of the sentences. This helps them to visualize the different parts of the sentences. With these simple 7 or 8 shapes, we can, in fact, comfortably produce most of the sentences using these simple intrinsic shapes. So yeah, now you see it is the second stage, and this is a big reveal. This is when we practice reading the sentences and writing it and speaking it. So listening, reading, writing, speaking, this all takes place in now you see stage. All right, the third stage is called ear to hand stage. As you can guess from the name of the stage, well, I call out the sentences in English. And students will be asked to write them down in English. So basically like 받아쓰기. Basically like they hear the words and they write it down. So this is basically to check if they can correctly spell the sentences. At this stage, I'm not particularly concerned with if they really understood the sentences or not. It's mainly focused on seeing if they can spell the words correctly, if they can write it correctly. I might also add that some students, they are very reluctant to write things down. That is why they, although they may recognize the words, they are unable to spell it or write it down. So writing is a crucial part, and we do try to write as much as we can in class, because I know that students are reluctant to write things down as a homework or at home. Left alone, they won't be motivated enough to write things down. So we try to write things down during class. And fourth stage is called Make It English stage. So this is a stage where they will see Korean sentence. For example, 나는 공부해야만 해. They will see that Korean sentence and we ask them to basically translate it to English. So in fact, Make It English, this stage, we use it as Friday exam time or test time. Although we try not to use the word exam in two Bunnies, but yes, Friday is the revision time. This is where we use the Make It English method we throw them Korean sentence, and of course we give them hints through our very own shapes. So what all they have to do is put the English words in the right order into the shapes. So they're not really without the hint. They're not left alone without the hint. So yes, that's the Make It English stage, the fourth stage. And the fifth stage is called Make It English Blind. So what do we do? This is where I basically call out Korean sentences. For example, 나는 공부해야 돼. I just say that, and I ask students to write it down in English. This is quite hard. And this stage, as I sometimes skip it. I sometimes have them just speak if you don't have enough time. But checking if they are able to write it down, what they instantly hear in Korean, in English, is difficult. I don't see many students succeeding this stage, but with enough exercise, they can. So this stage is when I can really figure out who has really followed this through, who has really understood the sentence and who hasn't. So this is a good checkpoint for me. If the students has really understood the sentence, if they really can spell and write and speak, then it shouldn't be a problem. If they hear a Korean sentence, they'll be able to write down in English. All right, so the final stage of QPQ is express what you see. This is the final stage because the inputs the students will be getting will be an image of a situation, and that's it. No hearing of the word, no hearing of Korean, or no Korean sentences, no visual hints other than a picture. And they'll be asked to express what they see. So I will throw a picture of, for example, this character, our own very own character called Easy. We have 3 characters, by the way, Easy, Tumba, Brain. And yes, so I will use those characters and I will draw a picture of Easy working very hard or studying something very hard, and I will ask students to express the situation they see in English. And they will have to be able to speak it, and they will have to be able to write it. So that will be the final test of QPQ. So there you have it, the all 6 stages of QPQ. And the final test sounds like it's difficult, but we always have a lot of fun with it. Thing about all these stages is I never criticize if students fail or they're unable to answer right. But correction happens on their own. Students feel the frustration themselves. If they are not able to give answers immediately, they realize that, oh my God, I haven't really understood this. Oh no, though we really practiced a lot, I still cannot write this word. So this correction happens naturally along the way. And by the time we reach the final stage, they're already having fun with it. They know that they know their weaknesses already. They already gotten feedbacks on what they are not able to do and what words they cannot spell and which part they cannot understand and so on. So it's a very good revision time, and everybody has fun, and that's the main thing. And well, if you want to experience this QPQ method firsthand, please come join us. We're giving 2 weeks free trial, and most of our students, in fact, 100%, all the students that I've taught so far, came out really well. After 2 weeks, they are able to construct many number of combinations of sentences just by looking at the shape patterns. So it works. And yes, if you have any further questions, if you'd like to throw more ideas, feel free to leave a comment. And yes, I will come back with new videos next time. I'll probably talk about visualization of English grammar, VEZ, our second pillar of teaching method. So until then, take care. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
2 Bunnies. Making new ways.